Ice Wolves Insider. We're joined right now by Ice Wolves assistant coach Gavin Holcomb. Gavin, welcome to the program.
Thanks for having me.
All right. So obviously this is a very memorable week, I guess, in the sense that a lot of interesting outcomes in the game. So obviously the Battle for its North Stars game, people still kind of talking about that. Let's maybe start there. You guys are obviously up 5-2. The North Stars, I think, scored something like 4 goals in about 2:44 of play. Have you ever been involved in something quite like that, either on either end, on the winning team or a losing team, where you saw that many goals scored and that dramatic change of events?
I think so. Maybe as a player, not so much as a coach, though. I don't really remember anything like that. But, you know, in that case, I think we were fortunate even to be up 5-2. We weren't playing well at all. And to be honest, I wasn't that surprised with the outcome. Obviously disappointed and not very happy about it. But we just weren't very strong that night at all.
What was it that you didn't like about the Ice Wolves game that particular night?
Well, we just a lot of passengers. We took a lot for granted. The intensity wasn't where it needed to be. You know, somehow we did end up being up 5-2, but like I said, I think we were fortunate. We got outshot, I think, 13-6 in the first period, which is, you know, something we weren't very happy about. But we were up 2-1, you know, and maybe that night it would have been better to be down going into the second, you know, to kind of, you know, pick our shorts up a little bit. But we just took too much for granted that night.
When the North Stars started the comeback, did you see this coming, or did you feel, you know, we're still going to be able to pull this out?
Well, I wasn't too surprised, really, to be honest, that they were putting on the pressure and we needed to respond. And like I said, I didn't feel that we were sharp all night. So, you know, I don't think that we responded the way we needed to. If there's ups and downs in the game and you're putting in the effort, you should be able to rebound. But I just didn't think we were sharp altogether that night.
Now, as it turns out, kind of the same sort of thing happened the following home game against Notre Dame Hounds, but you guys were able to pull out the victory there. Was it troubling to see that happen twice in 1 week, where a team came back from a large deficit against you guys?
The Notre Dame game I didn't think was very as similar. I thought we were playing better that night. I think we still need to work on our defensive posture a little bit, but I didn't think it was all too bad. You know, they got some lucky bounces and made it close, but I liked the way the guys, you know, they tied it a few times and we went ahead, and then they tied it and we went ahead. I thought you know, continued to battle that night. So it was definitely a different game, and you know, we pulled out the win and we were able to hang on to the lead the last little bit. So I thought it was definitely better that night.
We were talking earlier with the guys. It seemed that it was a pretty physical Notre Dame Hounds club, maybe the most physical we've seen in recent seasons. So maybe give us your take on the Hounds' play there.
I thought their third and fourth line were pretty physical, which is, you know, what you expect from you know, third and fourth lines. I thought they came in, you know, and had some intensity, and I liked the way we responded to. We played with a lot more intensity than we did in the Battleford game, and it's always good to have some good physical games.
Yeah. Now, the Notre Dame game was also the debut for newcomer Byron Sorensen. Obviously, he hasn't played in a long while. Maybe give us your take on his play there.
Oh, he did fine. He's going to be you know, a real stabilizing factor on the back end for us. He's going to be you know, a top 3 defenseman for sure for us, and brings a lot of stability. I thought he was strong for not having played for a while. You can tell he's engaged in the play all the time, and you can tell he's a veteran, and he just kept things simple and calmed things down definitely on the back end. And actually it was pretty much what we expected. You know, we knew we were getting a good player and a good guy that we can you know, build some leadership around.
Now you guys continue to tweak the lineup as the season progresses. How many more changes do you think we're going to see? Do you think this is pretty close to the roster we're going to see at the end, or do you think there's going to be quite a few changes? Or
You just never know. You just never know. It's not finalized till January 10th, right? So if you can make changes that are going to improve where you're at, and you know, we kind of just take that as it comes. You never know if you're going to get injuries or the onus is on the guys every day to make sure that they're bringing their work ethic. And if guys fall off and can't get back on track, well, things need to be done. So you kind of just evaluate it on a day-to-day basis and try and be in the best spot you can be come January 10th.
Mm-hmm. You mentioned evaluating. Has the junior A supplement, caused you as coaches to perhaps reevaluate what an SJHL player is now with this new rules emphasis, or is it basically the same kind of league as it was last year?
Probably the same as it was last year. I think there's starting to be less and less need for strictly an enforcer type player. You do need toughness on your team, but like years ago you used to have a guy that was strictly an enforcer, and now you need guys that can do that role but need to be able to play the game as well. So I don't think it's changed too much. I think the rule supplement, if anything, you just have to be aware of your conduct on the ice, and you still have the 2-fight rule, but you have to make sure that there's not 2 fights in 1 stoppage, that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm. Now, just looking ahead to this road trip here, again, you guys get the North Stars and the Clippers, and it just seems that every time you face these guys, there seems to be reason for them to have motivation to either beat you or to improve what they've been doing lately. This week is no exception. North Stars especially, they're coming off that big loss to Humboldt. What do you have to do to be successful in this road trip here?
Well, we know that every game, especially against Battleford on this road swing, it's going to be a physical game. They do have motivation because we did knock them out last year, but it's also a divisional game, so it's important that we get that game. We've lost 2 to them already, so we definitely owe them a game, and we owe ourselves a game against them. We haven't played well both times we played against them, and same thing going into Kindersley. We've beat them both times, so they're going to have motivation there. But any games that we can get on the road right now would definitely help us out. We're not satisfied with our record right now, and we need to keep pulling wins together here.
All right. Well, Gavin, thanks very much for being on the program tonight.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Just joining us, this is Ice Wolves Insider. We've been talking with Ice Wolves assistant coach Gavin Holcomb. We'll be right back with From the Stands.